Laker Nation, I just, I know we all feel each other's pain. I know we do. At this point, we're all connected. I just watched the Lakers go down by 15 to a red-hot Warriors team. They are number 2 in the West. And we battled hard. We battled back. We got in the game. Late in the fourth, we were up by 6. And then some plays happened, some things happened, and the outcome was the outcome. And I know you can tell by the start of this podcast how that outcome went. I got a lot to get off my chest and a lot to say about this game, a lot to say about this team. And that's all coming up next on the Film Room Podcast. So Laker Nation, what happened tonight? What are y'all thinking? Is this a good step in the right direction? More of the same of what we've been dealing with all season? Were you happy with this loss? Were you upset with this loss? Let's talk about it. Let's break it down. I need some people's opinions on what's going on with this season. Because tonight, I didn't know what to expect. I expected a loss, actually. With the way we've been playing, I expected a loss. But then I watched the pregame. Seen the little clips of the players before the game. Seen LeBron James sitting on the bench. Focus. Looked like he was mad, ready to go. I seen Anthony Davis. Focus. Looked like he was determined, ready to go. And I seen Brody. Focus. Looked like he was ready to go. And then the game started. And it was more the same. Actually, let's just start with AD. I thought AD came out strong. His defensive presence was incredible. Now, I will say I was a little mad at Frankie baby. I was mad with the starting lineup. I was expecting to see Dwight Howard in there. And AD at the 4, LeBron at the 3, Malik Monk at the 2, Brody at the 1. That didn't happen. But Anthony Davis had an incredible first quarter. Defensively, he was going after every ball. He wasn't giving up on plays. I mean, he was incredible in that first quarter. Defensively. LeBron James started off how he normally does. Establishing his game, establishing his pace, establishing his presence. I don't know what Brody did. I don't think it was much. Not to say he was playing bad, I just don't think he was doing much. I don't remember too much from him in the first quarter. And so the first half started off okay. We weren't scoring the ball well in the first. I think we had like 18 points or something like that. And a team against the Warriors, and when you're playing the Warriors, you need to score. Because these boys can score like nobody's business. Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Jordan Poole, all 3 of them. Andrew Wiggins, for crying out loud. But the game really started to get out of control in the third quarter. Or was it the second quarter? The game started to get out of control in the second quarter, but we stayed in it. The referees were terrible in the first half, especially in the first quarter. There was like 2 or 3 plays where LeBron didn't get calls. There was some kick-out plays from their shooters that we got the call for. There was the Avery Bradley blocking foul that they called. I mean, what the that? These calls were horrendous in the first quarter. My pops text me, these refs are going to win this game. They're going to win the game for the Warriors. And I thought the same thing. It looked bad. I mean, the calls that they were getting was exactly what I heard the NBA was going against. The awkward motion when somebody is shooting the ball. The over-exaggeration of trying to get a foul, a kick out. These are all the foul calls that they had in the first quarter. A lot of them were. And so early on, I thought, man, this isn't going to go well if the refs are going to call this game like this. And then the second quarter came and the lead ballooned. We lost everything. Energy, shot-making ability. I mean, everything just dropped tremendously. And we started battling back. Third quarter, we started battling back. But let's talk about these individuals. Now, I don't have my box score up, which I'm sorry about. Normally, I like to go on my box score to see how these players did. But there's one person I want to start off talking about, and that's LeBron James. And first, because you are the greatest player that's ever touched the basketball, I want to congratulate you on passing another milestone. I mean, it's incredible what you're doing, what you have been doing since you've been in the NBA. At a very young age, you have shown the world that all of that hype around your name was not in vain. And you came out, I mean, just incredible. And to hear you pass Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and it's so sad that it had to happen on a loss. Furthermore, it's so sad that it had to happen because of you. LeBron James was the reason for this loss. Now, normally I give credit when credit is due. And normally I will put the blame on somebody if the blame is deserved. And you deserve the blame for losing this game, bro. LeBron James late in the third quarter, in the fourth quarter, I just didn't know what he was doing. He was shooting so many shots. Shots I have never seen him take, and I've been following this dude for 10 plus years. I've never seen him take some of these shots. And when he goes to this sky hook shot, I know it's not going to be a good night. As soon as I see him shoot up this shot, I know, oh Lord, if he's shooting this shot, bro, we are done. There's no way we are going to win if he shoots that particular shot. Every single time. To know you hit this milestone and passed one of the greatest scorers of all time, to see you lose this ball game was so disheartening. To see you talking trash, or somebody talking trash to you, a rookie. Is he a rookie? I don't even remember the kid's name. And saying, oh, Lord, somebody that made LeBron mad, he about to go off, he about to score 40 or 50 on this team. And he's playing the Warriors. This is why I wore my Cleveland Cavaliers jersey today. Can y'all see that? Because I thought this was going to be like how LeBron used to battle the Warriors back in his Cleveland Cavaliers days. I thought this was a game like that. The pace, the energy, the way he looked, the way he was playing early on, the focus. Seems like he took it personal. Every time he plays the Warriors, I would imagine he remembers and gets some kind of PTSD. What do they call that? PTSD? About how the Warriors used to whoop up on him and his trash teams. I thought he would take over. It looked as such. It looked like it was time for the LeBron show. But the LeBron show never came. He was getting turnover after turnover. not playing defense, missing reads. Oh my gosh, so many plays, man. It was so many plays that he messed up on, and it was his fault. And although he had a pretty decent game, he lost this game. And it wasn't the free throws. Believe it or not, it wasn't the free throws. But as soon as he got fouled, I said it don't matter. I don't know why Steph was so mad. Because as soon as he went to that line, I said it don't matter. He gonna miss at least one of these foul shots. I said he's gonna miss at least one of these foul shots. And sure enough, the first one came and dang, right off the rim. Now he nailed the second one. I seen Anthony Davis talk to him. Probably told him to miss the third one. He was gonna get the rebound and put it back in. And I've never seen this before, but he shot the ball so high so it could bang off the rim and have a high, long bounce off the rim. And everybody was saying, well, why didn't he put Dwight Howard in to get the rebound? Well, that's because he probably told him he wasn't going to play this game. Like a dummy. There was so many times we could have used Dwight Howard in this game. I just don't understand it. How do you have somebody like Dwight Howard? He has been playing incredible. And you sit him down in so many games. See, he has this lineup of what is going out on the court before the game is even played. Like Gilbert Arenas mentioned in my last podcast clip. It's the dumbest thing a coach can do. Tell your players that they're not going to play. Pretty much psych them out. And we could have really used Dwight Howard on Looney. And then playing AD on whoever their other 4 or 3 or whoever they wanted to put up with AD. It wouldn't have worked. AD would have been so dominant. All we had to do was just pound the paint. But it started to work. Because not only did we tie the game, we also took the lead. And it was in the fourth. First lead since we had the lead at 7-5 in the first quarter. We battled back. We didn't give up. We fought. Number 2 seed in the West. And so it's so painful to see my guy lose this game when we had it all but won. His shot selection was off. His carelessness. What was he thinking? Bro, you trying to be flashy when we trying to win this game. That was a terrible pass. Westbrook to LeBron James. My pops texted me. He said, hey, why did Westbrook wait so long to get him the ball? But I was so mad at LeBron James, I couldn't even get to the point to where I was even thinking about Westbrook. I seen it. I knew he should have passed him the ball because LeBron James was wide open. But Russell Westbrook kept the ball until he was right next to him. You know why that is? Because he was worried about getting a turnover. So he waited until he was right next to LeBron James. And guess what he did when he did that? Put 2 defenders right on LeBron James. And so there were so many things that could have, one thing was different, we're walking out with a win. But now we're walking out with another L. But I tell you what, though. I'm not happy that it was LeBron James' fault. I am happy that we battled this team. And my pops texted me again and said, I'm no longer worried about anybody in the West but the Phoenix Suns. I agree with my pops, man. But see, I already have this sentiment. The only team I worry about is the Bucks and the Suns because Giannis has a vendetta against LeBron James. I mean, a vendetta. I don't know. He wants to prove something to him. Or something. Every single time he plays LeBron James. And then the Phoenix Suns are just the Phoenix Suns. I mean, great coach, way better than Vogel. Great organization, way better than the Lakers. And the team just knows how to ball. And the Lakers sometimes act like they don't. Let's talk about the individuals, though. I'm going to go down the line. Malik Monk was incredible. I mean, he didn't have a great start to the game. I thought he gave what he needed to give at the right time. His passing, his IQ, his dunks, his shot selection, everything, his driving to the paint, collapsing the defense. I mean, he was incredible. Austin Reeves, I thought, played a lot of minutes, and I said, why is he playing so many minutes? Austin Reeves was incredible tonight. I mean, incredible. Hats off, salute you, Rook. I thought Avery Bradley was good. I thought THT was incredible. And so, with all these players playing like this, it's like, bro, we need this win. But I tell you what, although AD gave us good energy and effort and defensive presence in the first quarter, where the did he go? This is 7 foot tall. At one point, Steve Kerr put in everybody under 6'8" in the lineup. And AD still did not take advantage of any single player on that team. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine Joel Embiid playing on somebody that is 4 to 5, maybe even 6 inches shorter than him and not dominating them? Can you imagine Joel Embiid being able to post up somebody smaller than him but shooting 20-foot jump shots and bricking? Anthony Davis scored 17 points in this game. Nobody stopped him but himself. Looney didn't stop him. No. The other dude, Bielisa, didn't stop him. No. The other dude didn't stop him. He stopped himself. This is our problem, ladies and gentlemen. Remember I talked about the up and down of Russell Westbrook and AD? It continues. It continues. I thought Russell Westbrook played incredible. He played safe. He played safe too. In the fourth quarter, he played safe to stay in the ball game. And see, if we have players playing safe all the time because they're worried about their minutes getting cut or worried about being in the closing lineups, listen, you're already defeated. I thought Malik Monk played incredible, although it seemed like he may have a bad night. But he still kept playing and playing and playing and making play after play after play. He was not scared. At all. Trevor Ariza airballed another 3. He didn't play Wayne Ellington. No Dwight Howard, no DeAndre Jordan. Our clutch plays were terrible. Franklin Vogel also lost the game, getting a technical this late in the game, giving them a 5-point swing. It was either 5 or 4. I mean, at this point, we are defeating ourselves. We could have easily won this game. Easily. And Klay Thompson got hot. And of course, since he's been back, he hasn't had not one single good game. And of course, tonight against the Lakers, he has his best game. Scores 33 and went for 16 in the fourth quarter. Nobody could stop him. He was getting all the bounces and lucky. I mean, what? But Laker Nation, this gives me hope, though. It gives me hope because it is somewhat of a switch. Now, I don't know if it was a switch because the Warriors do play good defense. And although a lot of our players were still off, LeBron James was horribly off. I think there's a lot to see in this game, what we're seeing from the three stars, Russell Westbrook, LeBron James, and Anthony Davis. But Anthony Davis and Russell Westbrook have to stay aggressive. And I think that was the issue too. I think if they stayed aggressive, then maybe LeBron James is not shooting as much. Maybe he's not bricking as much. I felt if they stayed aggressive, then maybe LeBron James could kind of take the back seat and only use his energy when it was needed, instead of needing it every time he steps on the floor. Let him be the playmaker. Let him set up the stage. Let him set the dinner table so everybody can eat. But if they know that y'all are going to brick, or they know that y'all are going to be soft and not drive to the paint, listen, y'all making it easy for them. So yes, Laker Nation, this was another loss. And it wasn't a loss because the Warriors beat us. Well, kind of, sort of, but it was more so us defeating ourselves. And the refs, too, I mean, they were terrible. But we've had terrible refs all year long, but tonight it seemed extra. Crazy Legs, bro, you gotta stay aggressive. Where did that hunger go? It wasn't like they couldn't find you. You weren't demanding the ball. You weren't going to make a play, nothing. You just want to shoot. It was embarrassing, man. Embarrassing. And so, although I say that, there's a lot of hope in this. We almost beat the number 2 seed. So in a 7-game series, I'm Lakers all day. And I am a little biased, but Laker Nation, we could do so much better. And I need y'all to let me know in the comments what y'all think. How can we improve? How can this team get better? What do we need to do? Offensively, defensively, possibly coaching-wise, like what? Lineups, rotations. But Vogel has got to get better at adjustments. Adjusting to how the game is. And now it's time to go into the post-game shits.
That you guys were doing collectively that was better than the last game or two, and how sustainable is that as you look towards the final stretch of the season?
Just felt like we was connected. I felt like we was connected from the very first jump ball, and obviously the result is a lot different than we would like, but I felt like that was as collective we've been, or connected as we've been in quite a while, so it was good to have a good feeling out there.
Is there something you could put together or put your finger on as to why that connectivity was there?
I think the trade deadline is over. So a lot of people got an opportunity just to move on. No, this is what we have. This is what we're going to be together. And, now we make a push.
Brian, the result, obviously, it's a tough loss. But considering the way you felt after Milwaukee, considering Portland, is there some value and substance here as y'all try to figure out your spirit and confidence?
No, absolutely. Obviously, the second best team in the Western Conference, one of the best teams in the league. They've shown that all season, and but I love our fight. I love what we brought to the table tonight, and if we continue that in the second, with a quote unquote second half of the season, then we'd be in a really good position.
LeBron, Frank said that he felt like some of your misses in the fourth had to do with calls that should have gone your way, but other than that, the 1 for 10 and the free throws at the end, how does it sit with you walking away from tonight?
Well, obviously I hate not being efficient, especially from the floor. So, I didn't make enough plays down the stretch to help our ball club win. I was 2 for 15 in the second half, which is not like me. But like some of the looks I had, I definitely got hit on a few of my shots. But, they did a good job, and I didn't do such a good job of, making enough plays, to help us win. But, it happens.
LeBron, these moments are always a little more sour in a loss, but you passed Kareem Abdul-Jabbar tonight for the most combined points ever scored in this league between the regular season and the playoffs, the most. Like, what does that mean to you to be at the top of that list?
Well, it's hard for me to speak on it now because I hate doing anything when it comes in a loss, and we had an opportunity to win a big game tonight. But like I said, throughout my career, anytime I've been linked with some of the greats, I've always just been in awe. Been appreciative of the opportunity to play this game at the highest level. I love the game of basketball. I love being a part of the NBA and being able to inspire, so many different sets of generations. And along that way, when you're able to accomplish things individually, then at some point, I guess, have an opportunity to kind of sit back and think about it. And I don't know, and how you feel about it. So I don't really have much of because the loss is still so fresh in my mind. That's the only thing that's kind of like running through my mind. But my teammates came up to me. The majority of my teammates came up to me tonight when they heard the news, and coaching staff, a couple of the guys on the coaching staff as well, got some text messages after the game from some friends and family and things, loved ones. So, I guess it's a pretty big deal, and I think all the congratulatory wishes for sure.
LeBron, what did you see from Taylor and Austin tonight, especially in the second half and some of the plays they made up?
They were great. They were great on both sides of the floor. They were great, and they're young guys, and they're going to make mistakes just like the rest of us. And but they were great tonight, and we needed every bit of it.
LeBron, going back to setting a record, looking forward when you go to Cleveland and you're around the top 75 guys, anything you're looking most forward to and being a part of that crowd?
No, not really. I am just honored and very humbled by the simple fact that I am one of the top 75 players that ever played a game of basketball, being voted in, and and the fact that it's happening 35 miles north of my hometown makes it even more special. I grew up 35 minutes, 40 minutes drive ride from Cleveland, in Akron, obviously. For me to be standing up there with, the 75 greatest, and obviously we have some of our 75 who has passed away and things of that nature, but they would still get recognized because of what they were able to accomplish while they played the game of basketball and set so many standards they set. But just to be up there with, the greatest of all time is just, it's an honor, to do that and just be, my family and, my friends will be there, and it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
The last two on Zoom to be Kyle Goon and then Brad Turner.
Hey, LeBron, just going back to you talking about being connected as much as you were for the first time in a while. After the trade deadline, did you guys have to kind of come together? Was there a moment either that Thursday after the deadline passed or in practice the next day that you guys talked to each other about everything?
No, we don't. We're all grown men. You don't need to come together and talk about it. You just, it affects people in different ways, the deadline, and it's human nature. You're hearing your name, talked about throughout trades and things of that nature. So it's human nature to think about it and either worry about it or just have it grasp your mind from time to time. So there's no need to talk about it. We had a great practice yesterday, and it resulted in the way we played today.
Last question, Brad Turner.
LeBron, what impresses the most about the way Austin carried himself in that fourth quarter?
Nothing has impressed me anymore on Austin. I mean, he's been doing it all year when he's had the opportunity. Kid has hit a game winner this year.
Laker Nation, we got another game coming up on Wednesday, and then it's the All-Star break. And the first game after All-Star break is going to determine what this team is going to look like going down to the end. And if we come out after All-Star break with little energy and no effort, listen, I am sorry to tell you that my podcast will end early and start again next season. Y'all have been a beautiful crowd, and I, Derek James, have been a beautiful host. Y'all have been tuned into the Film Room Podcast. Listen, I appreciate you watching. I appreciate you listening. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Like, subscribe. Follow me on Apple Podcasts. Comment on my videos. Let's talk about these Lakers. Let's get some dialogue going. All of my 14 viewers. And I'm out this bit.